Hey Virgo, we're going to be doing your reading, so we're going to get right into it and see what's going on for you guys, Virgo. All right, Virgo, Virgo. Sorry, I didn't mean to say your name a million times. All right. I was just going to say, I know Virgo is not your name, but that'd be awesome if it was, though. Imagine you had a baby that was a Virgo and you named it Virgo. Okay. All right, let's go. Let's see what's going on, Virgo. The Three of Wands just came out. All right. All right, let's see what's going on, Virgo. Okay, let's see. Uh-oh. What the heck? Oh, the Magician's at the bottom, but look, upright. Pretty good. Okay, so let's see. You guys have the Empress card, and you have it with this Domination card here. This is showing up for what you guys are wanting. Friggin' awesome, okay? Maybe you guys are like, you know what? I'm going to dominate so that I am the absolute boss, and everyone's going to do what I say. Maybe, Virgo. I don't know. That'd be kind of cool. Not that cool because I'm not a Virgo, so just kidding. You can have your moment, of course. But all right, so let's see. This is showing up for your goal. Maybe you guys like TED Talks, or you're big into science, okay, that kind of thing, or you like the color red. I'm getting like such powerful energy off of this. It's like pretty wild. So this is awesome. You know, like just like intuitively the way I'm feeling about this, whatever's going on here, I'm like, yeah, that feels friggin' awesome. So, all right, let's see. Domination. Maybe you guys like music. Okay. Maybe you like Pantera. So, all right, let's see. I also wonder if you're waiting for something to hit 12, whatever that means, okay? Or to be 12, or you like December. Could be. This is a Sagittarius card here, so it could be something about that, okay? All right. Why do I also get the idea that it's like they're going to do the dirty work for me? It's like they're going to fight for me. Something about that. Maybe that's true. Like I feel like there's almost giving me the idea. It's like I want these two things to like you know, like duels. It's like I want them to fight and I'll go for the winner. That, what am I trying? Did that sentence even remotely make sense? I have no idea. I'm just trying to describe a scene from The Office, I believe. All right, so, okay, let's see. You guys have the Nine of Wands, and then you have it with this extremism card. This is showing up for the possible issue, okay? Nine of Wands and extremism. All right. Maybe somebody is, like, so on friggin' defense here that it's like, wow, how can I can't access anything, or I can't get through to you, or, you know, something about that. Maybe that's showing up as a possible issue. What I will also say is, I got to tell you, I wonder if it's, like, something is, like, so close to, like, being complete, or you're like, God, I've been like freaking holding on for as long as I possibly can here. And I wonder if it's like, you know, right as you're like about to be like done or whatever the heck it is, it's like, okay, you get slammed with something that it's like, ready, let's like turn up the intensity. If you weren't like stressed out enough, let's like freaking crank this bad boy, you know, that kind of stuff. That might be something that's like showing up as an issue here. All right, well, okay. All right. Maybe you like Kanye West. I know we just mentioned Pantera, taking a little bit of a turn there with Kanye West, but all right. Let's see. Okay, so you guys have the Ace of Swords, and you have it with this acquisition card here. This is showing up for your opportunity. I love it. I don't know. Ace of Swords and acquisition. This feels, I don't know. Sorry, I'm not sure why that's making me laugh, but it's like, it definitely is. Okay, this is showing up as your opportunity. Okay, I think that there's maybe something that it's like, this is almost like, ready, I'm going to cut the tension, or I'm going to like, what do people do? Like, ready, we're going to have an icebreaker, like before like a meeting. I don't come for me for that. Okay. I'm not in a meeting, so I guess we're good to go here. But, you know, I don't know, that I just panicked a little bit, but that's okay. It's fine. All right. Ace of Swords and acquisition. for your opportunity. I wonder if you speaking up on something here is like forming like some bond in some sense, okay? That kind of stuff. Now I feel like I'm talking about science, so maybe you guys are big into science. You could be, okay? You might be big into science without knowing you're big into science. All right. I don't know what that means. So I said that so like matter of factly. I don't know what that means. It's fine. All right. So let's see. Yeah, I don't know. It's extremely powerful energy. I'm not sure. There is something in the middle here that it's like, okay. This feels like sensory overload in some sense, okay? That kind of stuff possibly popping in here, and that is showing up as an issue, but I'm like, is this an issue for you? I don't know, Virgo. All right. Let's see. Ace of Swords with acquisition. I mean, I feel like you have somebody who's, you know what this reminded me of? I've never experienced this, but that's fine. You know, but like, you know, there's like people who are like, I don't know if, I think it's called a personal shopper. And they're like, oh, come to this store and we'll pick out all the clothes for you. And we know you're going to like them, you know, that kind of stuff. What's that? You're going to like the way you look. The Men's Warehouse commercial. Sorry. And so, oh my God, I'm sorry, Virgo. I don't know what's wrong with me. I swear. Okay. I feel like there's something like that where it's like, you have the opportunity to either know exactly what somebody else likes or to maybe break the news that it's like, I'm breaking the news that we've got this thing, or we're together with this thing. We're joining forces, you know, something like that. So, all right, let's see what's going on. All right, Virgo. Yeah, you're like, quick, come see, which is lyrics to a band song where they say Virgil and you're Virgo. So that's cool. All right, so let's see. All right. All right. Ned Declassified. Do you guys remember that on frickin' Nickelodeon? What was that on? I don't know. Knight of Swords just came in. Yeah, sorry. My brain is firing off today. So, all right, let's see. All right. What the heck is going on here? These earth sign readings have been a little wild. Not gonna, like, literally, I feel like that's like the perfect word, actually. So, all right, let's see what's up. There's something here, Virgo, that you are so friggin' good at that it's like pretty intense here. I think you obviously know that, and I feel like your goal is to be like, ready, watch this, watch what I can do, and that's pretty cool. So, all right, let's see what's going on. Virgo, maybe you guys are hilarious. I'm like, I feel like you might be. Two of Pentacles came out. I was gonna say Gemini also, so maybe you have Gemini placements, or okay. So all right, let's see, and also I feel like they're like Gemini is 5, and I'm like, all right, it's fine. Okay. All right. Okay. Yes. That's okay. So we're doing 10 or 12. Okay. Virgo, you're probably like, I don't know what you're talking about. Sorry, me neither. So join in on the fun over here. I don't know what the heck I'm doing. Queen of Wands at the bottom. See, I'll figure it out eventually. All right. So let's see. The Empress and domination here. you guys have the Knight of Wands and you have it with the Justice card, okay? So the Knight of Wands is showing up as what to do about this. So there's definitely something about following your impulses or freaking moving really quickly, that kind of stuff. Maybe even being like, I want to say persuasive, like very much so, like very, very much so, like really quick, that kind of stuff, okay? That's what I feel like. That's like, yes, please do that, okay? There might even be something about like, listen, you gotta, okay, I'm getting something about like even being like, ready, we're gonna throw some temptation in there. I don't know what the heck that would be, or you know, whatever the heck, okay? But I'm weirdly picking that up with this Knight of Wands here, okay? All right. Okay. There's like a back and forth between like, it's like sprinting or like going like really hard at something and then being like, now it's on easy mode. You know what I'm saying? There's something about that I feel like that's like what you're kind of focused on. So, all right, for what to avoid, you guys have the Justice card here. Okay. I think there's been a wild card is what I want to say, because this is counterintuitive. Okay. So there's got to be there's something that's been like thrown in the mix here. That is like either the opposite of what you were thinking or sorry. Oh my God, sorry. I don't know. You must love lyrics or something, because it's just like everything is a song. It's like I'm trying to start a sentence and it's like, nope, ready, that's a song. So I don't know. There's something about that, but you know what? I gotta tell you, you could probably use that for your advantage, you know? And if you know how, can you let me know? Because my brain works that way too. All right. I want to say avoid listening to the Beatles. I know that doesn't make any sense, or maybe it makes a whole lot of sense, but that's what I'm getting that, okay? Like, so this Justice card is 11, and I'm getting like 1 and 1 and 1 is 3. So, you know, so I don't know. That I'm getting that. So maybe we don't like rooftops, or we love them. There might be something that you don't have to tell the truth about here. There might be something that it's like, that's so personal that it's none of your friggin' business, you know? I understand that, okay? There might be something in that. What it is, I'm not sure. I feel like that maybe is something you're gonna maybe know more than I am, although I do want to kind of clarify that like right now here. So let's see, what's up with this Justice card here is what to avoid. This, you know what I gotta tell you? This might be avoid thinking someone else is going to tell you the truth, or that somebody else is like, I'm going to do the right thing, or avoid thinking that something is going to be like completely fair. You know what I'm saying? There's something like that. I think we're going to leave it at that. I don't think we're going to even clarify. Queen of Cups at the bottom. So I'm going to go with yes. All right. So, okay. Nine of Wands. You have the Nine of Wands and you have it with this extremism card. All right. This is showing up for the possible issue here. And then you have it with the Four of Wands and the reverse Three of Pentacles. So, all right, Four of Wands, this is showing up as what to do about this. So, okay, Nine of Wands, obviously that's like, you know, we're feeling friggin' tired, exhausted, maybe like kind of like beaten down, that kind of situation, all right? And then you have it with this like extremism card. So it's like kind of like a double whammy. That's kind of what I'm feeling with like the possible issue. It is interesting that the 9 is going to an 8. Okay, because this 8 is like, that's the extremity. So does that, what am I saying? I don't know, but okay, so I don't know, there's something about that. It just, the way the numbers are going, I'm like, what like, okay, so that might be where it's like you were expecting one result and something else kind of happened, or you're going into something that is like, again, it's like friggin' like the volume is turned the heck up when you're already like kind of feeling like, okay, I don't, how much longer do I have to friggin' like defend this thing, or how much more do I have in me, that kind of stuff, you know? I feel like there's something about that. So, you know, within saying that, I feel like this Four of Wands is most likely suggesting something about like finding a nice friggin' place to like take a goddamn break, or like friggin' like rest, whatever the heck it is, that kind of stuff, okay? Maybe being like, all right, this is like, you know, video games, like you go to like a checkpoint. It's like, okay, ready, like save where I am. This is my checkpoint, that kind of stuff. That's almost what I feel like. It's like, you know, before things get like, before you're feeling like exhausted to the point where you're like, I'm gonna just like tap out, whatever the heck it is. It's like, well, no, instead of that, you know, kind of take a break in some sense, or like save your work, like that, you know, that kind of stuff. All right. So for what to avoid, you guys have the reverse Three of Pentacles here. I would avoid anybody who is just like totally not cooperative. Okay. That kind of thing. Or somebody who is like, maybe like kind of like sort of working as a team, but then like has like their own like side thing to the point where it's actually like detrimenting you, or, you know, whatever the heck it is. I would avoid that. Makes sense to me. Okay. Certainly would. But I'll tell you one thing with this whole Four of Wands business. It's like, okay, yes, take a break, or like the checkpoint, whatever the heck it is. I feel like what on top of that, or next to it, or I don't know, whatever. Okay, something like that. It's like, avoid thinking that is the benchmark though. Okay. That's what I'm feeling. Whatever that means. Okay. Avoid thinking that break means like, oh, that's the benchmark. That's what it is. It's like, no, that's a break. That's like, you know, save your work, or whatever the heck it is, you know, that kind of stuff. Like, you know, in school, like when, you know, you'd be typing or whatever, and like I don't, maybe that was my brain saying it. I don't know, where it's like, save your work, like control S. That might be important. So, all right, let's see. You guys have the Ace of Swords, and then you have it with this acquisition card. This is showing up as your opportunity. I want to go off so bad on this. I really do. I don't think it has anything to do with your reading. So I'm like, I gotta tell you, I gotta do videos on like all of the crazy things that come into my head that I'm like, oh, okay, I don't know. Maybe I should do that. I don't know. You know, I don't want to like be like, ready, Virgo, this is now your reading. We're going to talk about this, but I kind of want to. All right. You guys have the reverse Judgment card, and this is showing up as what to do here. This might be like, don't notice the signs. Don't take that as a sign. It's like, that's not a sign. That was not it. You know, that kind of stuff. Certainly could be, you know, it does make sense. All right. That sometimes that, I mean, we are just also just like living. So sometimes there are going to be like things in your environment, or that like pop into your head, or whatever it is, that like maybe you can kind of mistake for like, oh, that's what that means. Maybe that's not exactly what that means. You know what I'm saying? That kind of thing. Okay. That could be part of whatever this is. Or this could be something where it's like, what to do is not to assume that somebody else is going to do something. You know what I'm saying? Like what's there? I forget what that effect is. Is this the last episode of Seinfeld? Could be. When they're like the good Samaritan law, right? And it's like the assumption that like, okay, I'm not going to do anything because somebody else is going to do something. You know what I'm saying? That kind of thing. I'm almost getting that. And in that case, that might be like, hey, your opportunity is to like, or part of your opportunity here, it's like what to do about it is not assume that maybe everybody else is like has the same realizations as you, or that somebody else is also understanding like, okay, like that, like that's, it's time to do it. Like you gotta freaking like get up and like answer the call, whatever the heck it is, that kind of stuff. You know, there might be something within that. Okay. That kind of stuff. Why do I also want to say like, you don't need a brand new life? Like, you know what I'm saying? Something about that. It's like, you don't need a brand new life. I don't know where that's coming from, but I am understanding something about that. All right. Okay. All right. Sorry. Okay. So you guys have the Two of Pentacles, and this is showing up as what to avoid here. I feel like there maybe is supposed to be like leaning on one direction or another, that kind of stuff, as opposed to like being completely like, you know, just in the middle with something. I do think that there is a energy of like, you know, kind of choosing one thing maybe more so than the other. Okay. That kind of thing. I feel like there's something about that. Like, I feel like this is like avoid doing two things simultaneously, but more so doing them concurrently. I think that makes sense. Okay. You know what I'm saying? One before the other. I don't know. Cumulatively. Nope. That would be at the end. You know what I mean? It's fine. You do know what I mean. I feel like, all right. Maybe you guys are on social media and you're considering like changing your platform of some sort, okay? Or something about that. Or you're like, oh, maybe I should go with this thing, or, you know what I'm saying? Something like that. What is it? What is this? High Priestess. Okay. All right. And the King of Cups. I feel like you guys got it. So, all right, cool. All right. think I like this, Virgo. All right, so that's what I have for you guys. I hope this reading was helpful and made sense, all that kind of stuff. If not, you could check your other placements. Otherwise, I will see you guys back for your next one. Thank you. Bye.